Maybe it'll come up tonight. All right, we're about ready to get started. If we could just have folks grab their seats. All right. We will go ahead and call this meeting to order for the April 9th, 2026 Apple Valley City Council meeting. Welcome, everyone. For any members who have an item to speak to, when your name is called, please approach the podium so you can address the council. The first item on our agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance, and I would ask all who are able to stand and join us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. The next item on our agenda is the approval of the agenda. And Tom, are there any changes or additions this evening?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. No changes to tonight's agenda.
Wonderful, thank you. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Motion from Councilmember Grendall, second from Councilmember Bergman. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Agenda passes unanimously. Next item on our agenda is the audience participation portion of the meeting. This is for items that are not on our agenda, and we have a total of 10 minutes for this. We had a sign-up sheet at the back. I'll start with that one. We have Maggie Bruckner on the first on the list. Whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor Hoopa and members of the council. My name is Maggie Brecken, and I'm a resident of Apple Valley. I'm here tonight to talk about integrity. On March 12th, this council passed a resolution addressing the impacts of Operation Metro Surge on our community. I believe this resolution was the result of residents showing up, sharing their stories, and asking for their local government to stand with them. However, some of the comments made during the adoption of this resolution were troubling. We heard that this action was just words, that it was less effective than other resolutions, and even described as posturing. To hear elected officials vote yes on a document that denounces the infringement of civil liberties, only to label that vote as posturing, is a breach of public trust. If you believe a resolution is performative, it is your job as leaders to give it substance. If you believe it lacks action, it is your job to provide that action. You do not get to vote yes and then wash your hands of the responsibility that comes with it. During your comments at the March 12th meeting, the council expressed frustration that this is a federal issue. While policy may be federal, the impact is local. When our neighbors are too afraid to call 911, that is an Apple Valley public safety issue. When our local businesses lose workers and customers, that is an Apple Valley economic issue. And when a specific segment of our population feels targeted or unprotected, that is an Apple Valley leadership issue. Integrity is not just signing a piece of paper. It is standing behind the principles written on it. If you say you value, quote, community-centered policing, end quote, then we need to see a specific outreach plan to rebuild the trust destroyed by these surge tactics. If you've requested measures from the legislature to address financial harm, we would love to know which representatives you have contacted and what the follow-up plan might be. If you value, quote, respectful dialogue, transparency, constitutional protections, partnership across levels of government and community, end quote, please invite us to the table to co-create actionable solutions. An Operation Metro Surge Resolution Action Subcommittee can be designed and facilitated with the help of citizens. Council, while you noted that sometimes we have to stick with words, I believe those words only hold value if they can lead to action. If you or others on the council believe this resolution was posturing, then you have the power to change that by leading with integrity. Please don't tell us what you can't do because of the federal government, but show us what you will do because you represent the people of Apple Valley. Thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you. I would simply encourage all of those who weren't here to not only go back and watch that meeting and hear the comments that were made in their full context, but to also watch all the meetings and the comments that led up to them, so everybody kind of has the context of the whole thing. But thank you for the comments. This is why we do this, right? We want the comments, and we want the conversation, but we also want the context to reflect accurately what was discussed. So, but thank you for being here. With that, we will move on to our consent agenda. These items are considered routine and will be enacted with a single motion unless a council member or a citizen requests to pull an item. Council members, are there any items you would like to pull from consent this evening? All right, seeing none. Residents, any items to pull? With that, we would look for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion from Councilmember Melander, second from Councilmember Hebert. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Consent items all pass, and we will move on to our regular agenda. We will start with 5A, and this is a fun one. 5A is to proclaim April 9th, 2026 as Margie Freed Day in Apple Valley, and Tom is going to get us started here.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, and members of the community. This is a fun one tonight. Not often that we have an Olympian of our own city that we get to recognize. And so could not be happier tonight to bring this item forward for you and to have the large crowd that we have and the celebration that we all feel. So Margie Freed certainly has captured our attention, captured the attention of our entire community, our state, and it's been a fun couple of months here. But wanted to give you a little bit of background as best that I could pull it out. And we have a great source, as you know, that our retired finance director, Ron Hedberg, close to the family, kids grew up together. And so I'll apologize in advance if you're embarrassed by any of the pictures that come up here. Ron was very helpful with all of that. So Margie represented our nation, represented our city in the Olympics. It's fantastic to watch. Brought a lot of smiles to everyone. But as you can imagine, the road to the Olympics is a long one. And tonight we wish to celebrate all that went into her becoming an Olympian and becoming an Apple Valley hometown hero. So this is the first picture that I'll show.
Yeah.
This is Margie along with Sydney Hedberg, who were very close growing up, along with Kylie. I think those were the three folks who were together. But this photo shows the two of them. And if you look carefully, those are like medals hanging around their neck. So the Olympic dream started fairly early. This looks like a wonderful activity that was put on by Margie's mom, I understand, and would love to hear the rest of that story. But a great photo growing up and thinking about the Olympics. So the path to the Olympics she was very involved in sports at a young age, dedicated soccer player, a talented student athlete, did a lot of other sports as well. This was a quote that I had found in some of her material. I started skiing with the high school team and liked going to practice because my friends were there. And that's what youth sports in Apple Valley is all about. We have a terrific system of youth sports through the schools, through the athletic associations, through our own Parks and Recreation Department. And it pulls people together, and it really puts folks in a place where they can excel, actually meet their potential, and certainly that happened in this case. Attended Eastview High School, was at Greenleaf, went to another school for a while, and then came back to Apple Valley with Eastview. There she lettered in cross country, track and field, soccer, Nordic skiing state champion in 2016. 6-time All-American, 3-time Nordic All-State selection, named the Pioneer Press St. Paul Lions Club Female Athlete of the Year, and all that, also as a member of the National Honor Society. So smart and talented in all that she has done. After that, it was off to the University of Vermont, competed on their NCAA ski team, the National Collegiate All-Academic team in 2017. Upon graduation, she joined the Craftberry Green Racing Project and raced the cross-country World Cup that was actually held here in Minneapolis. Began biathlon in 2020 through a program that the U.S. Biathlon has called Project X, which takes talented cross-country skiers, exposes them to what biathlon is, and obviously she took to that very well. and qualified for the Olympics. Here, a social media post when that occurred. Went on to wear the uniform and went on to be one of those athletes having a great time in the Olympic village. Of course, she didn't go there alone. She was through the course of her entire career and growing up here in Apple Valley, strong support by the family. Here they are at the Olympics, and I understand this was part of the fan club that joined them in Italy to cheer her on as well. So great to see that kind of support coming with her as she went down this incredible path. And she looks like she knows what she's doing. This is pretty impressive. The sport in and of itself, with all the exertion that you go through with the skiing and then the concentration and steadiness that you need with the shooting part. It's an amazing sport, and she's done amazingly well. So with that, Mayor, we'd like to have the presentation up on the screen. It's 3 pages in length, whoever would like to read it. And I think
I would, but let's invite Margie up. She got to sit in the audience and kind of hide from that, but let's invite her up. So I'm going to read the proclamation. We're going to actually vote on it so we don't forget to do that, because that would be really anticlimactic. And then I think we're going to slide out, present this to you, and take a couple pictures since we have everybody here, if that's okay. Perfect. So we'll start with the proclamation, which says, whereas Margie Freed, a proud Apple Valley native and graduate of Eastview High School, has distinguished herself as an exceptional athlete and dedicated member of the U.S. Olympic biathlon team. And whereas Margie's journey from local student athlete to Olympian stands as a testament to her perseverance, discipline, and relentless pursuit of excellence. And whereas Margie has represented the city of Apple Valley, the state of Minnesota, and the United States of America with integrity, humility, and remarkable competitive spirit on the world stage. And whereas her achievements bring great pride to our community, inspiring young athletes and residents alike, and demonstrating the power of hard work, commitment, and belief in one's goals. And whereas Margie's success reflects not only her individual dedication, but also the support of her family, her coaches, mentors, lifelong teammates and friends, and the broader Apple Valley community that has encouraged her throughout this athletic career. And whereas the Apple Valley City Council wishes to recognize Margie Freed for her outstanding accomplishments in her representation of our community in the 2026 Winter Olympic Games in Milano Cortina, Italy. Now, therefore, the City Council of the City of Apple Valley, Dakota County, Minnesota, hereby proclaims April 9th, 2026 as Margie Freed Day in Apple Valley, and does hereby congratulate and commend her for her extraordinary athletic achievements, and expresses its deepest appreciation for the pride and inspiration she brings to our community. Proclaimed this 9th day of April, 2026. Can we get a motion to approve all those words?
So moved.
I have to pick one of those, I suppose. I'm going to have a motion by Councilmember Grendall, second by Councilmember Bergman. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, that passes unanimously. Let's bring this proclamation out. You can grab a quick picture if we could. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you want to get?
No.
Okay.
All right.
We're gonna go just hold that. Have you hold that? And the family get theirs. I just want to make sure we don't all scatter before you get your pictures. Yeah, feel free to get up and wherever is best for you. We had nothing but time right now. You're good. We don't get to do this very often. Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Play golf with us?
Thank you.
Any words you'd like to share with the crowd?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and City Council members. I also want to thank my family and friends that are here, and many of them came to Italy to watch me race, which was really cool. And my high school coach also came to Italy and is here today. And I also want to give my appreciation to the Apple Valley City Parks. I played soccer, as I said, and used all the facilities growing up, and now they let the high school team practice at Valleywood Golf Course, which is really cool, and no other like cities in the area let people do that, and so I think that's really special. So yeah.
Thank you, Margie.
Everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Let's move on to 5B, which is to proclaim April 30th, 2026 as National Therapy Animal Day. And Mary, do you want to come on up and introduce us to your companion here?
Good evening. This is my 6-year-old rescue. His name is Duke Silver, and we've been a therapy team now for 2 years, and we are strictly volunteer. So we get asked to come to places like memory care facilities. We're going to be at the city hall or city event next Monday. We've gone to Girl Scout troops, Boy Scout troops. Basically anytime we get requested, we usually go, but we're just around to bring comfort, love, and joy to people who are in need.
Thank you. And Duke is the calmest,
Yes.
right?
Anytime he can be center of attention, he'll take it. So
Well, tell you what, I'm going to read this proclamation, and then we're gonna let you just awkwardly hang out there with Duke for a minute while I do that, and then we'll grab a couple pictures since we have Duke here. We don't get dogs here very often, so we got to get them in the picture when we do. So whereas Pet Partners has designated April 30 as National Therapy Animal Day, and whereas scientific research shows that interacting with therapy animals can reduce stress. It doesn't help you read, but can reduce stress, relieve depression, slow heart rate, lower blood pressure, and strengthen the immune system. And whereas therapy animal teams in the city of Apple Valley play an essential role in improving human health and well-being through the human-animal bond. And whereas therapy animal teams interact with a variety of people in our community, including veterans, seniors, patients, students, and those approaching end of life. And whereas these exceptional therapy animals who partner with their human companions bring comfort and healing to those in need. And whereas we encourage more pet owners to consider becoming Pet Partners volunteers to help our community by creating greater access to meaningful therapy animal visits. Now, therefore, the City Council of the City of Apple Valley, Dakota County, Minnesota, does hereby proclaim April 30th, 2026 as National Therapy Animal Day. Further, the City Council encourages our citizens to celebrate our therapy animals and their human handlers. The City Council publicly salutes the service of therapy animal teams in our community and in communities across the nation. Proclaim this 9th day of April, 2026. Let's give Mary and Duke a round of applause. I'm going to bring this proclamation out. Let's get a picture with Mary.
We still need to vote.
Mayor, could we vote on the proclamation?
Hey, we can. We have a motion for the proclamation.
Second.
Motion from Councilmember Grell, second from Councilmember Hebert. See, I can do this out here too. All those in favor, you can give me a saying aye. Aye. Opposed, thank you, that passes. And thank you, City Clerk, for keeping us on track.
Charles, you got the good camera?
There he is.
Beautiful.
Squeeze in a little bit, get everything. I have no idea what Duke's doing right now, but probably upstaging all of us.
Sitting on my foot.
There you go.
Watching his dad.
Yeah. All right, there you go, Mary.
Thank
Thank you, and thank you for volunteering.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much.
We'll see you on Monday. Duke of 6. Thank you. See you on Monday.
Want to come up to here?
All right, Duke, ready?
Thanks everybody for accommodating a little time for the pictures when we have guests as well. The next item on our agenda is 5C, and that is the Apple Valley Beyond the Yellow Ribbon Network update. And presented by Beyond the Yellow Ribbon Network President BJ. Good job, BJ. Jay, Commander, whole crew, bring everybody up.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council members. My name is Jay. I'm the past president of Apple Valley Beyond the Yellow Ribbon. And with me today is BJ, our present commander. Sorry, Legion side just kicked in.
She got promoted.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm done already. Nice.
you.
President of the Apple Valley Yellow Ribbon. And with her is Glenn Sony. He is our treasurer. No, secretary. Sorry, secretary. So I'm going to talk about what we have done since 2012 when we became a city, Yellow Ribbon city. So,
Mhm.
oh, it's a picture of a bunch of us, mostly our board members and volunteers there. Beyond the Yellow Ribbon is a comprehensive program creating awareness for the purpose of connecting service members, veterans, and their families with community support, training, and services and resources. Do I got to click something to pass this? There we go.
I think she's got you covered over there. So
Thank you. I appreciate it.
somebody does.
I need a lot of help. So, the Apple Valley Yellow Ribbon Network. On March 30th, 2012, the Apple Valley Yellow Ribbon Network was proclaimed a Yellow Ribbon City by Governor Mark Dayton as a proclamation ceremony in Lakeville. The community of Apple Valley is comprised of a great network of volunteers supporting military families. Oh, I can look right up there. Currently, we have 6 board members, with the city manager and police department representative meeting monthly. This is the picture in 2012, the very first day, and we got the Yellow Ribbon City sign up there, and then we can move on. What is the Yellow Ribbon community? If I don't change this, I'm going to confuse myself. So. Apple Valley Yellow Ribbon Community unites all areas within a community to create a comprehensive network that connects, coordinates, and agencies, organizations, resources, employers for the purpose of proactively supporting service members, veterans, and their military families. Since the first community was proclaimed Yellow Ribbon in 2008, several have been operating under 501c3 charitable organizations like ours. Additionally, many others are in the process of becoming a 501c3. Currently, there are 26 counties, 227 cities, and 87 companies in Minnesota designated as Yellow Ribbon. Minnesota has become the national model. Apple Valley Beyond the Yellow Ribbon supports our local veterans through partnership events, AV Lions Club, the AV Post 1776 Auxiliary, the Chamber of Commerce, AV American Legion Post 1776, Apple Valley Von Hansen's Meats, Bogart's Entertainment Center, Prior Lake National Honor Society volunteers to serve our dinners. Supporting veterans through our events, we host military appreciation dinners monthly to promote camaraderie, friendship, socialization, connections amongst all active, retired, and veterans. We work out at Dakota County Fair. We do brat sales at Von Hansen's. We do a chili cook-off with the Rosemount Yellow Ribbon at Bogart's. We do July 4th activities. We are at the Home and Garden Show this weekend. High school graduate recognition for the kids that are going into the military. A presentation and honoring Quilt of Valor recipients. This is our Quilt of Valor presentation given by Denise, who is a Quilt of Valor. This was Les Schrenk. He is a World War II veteran, a POW for 18 months, and did a death march in Germany for 87 days. Amazing man. He spoke at our Veterans Day event, and I don't think anyone was not crying. So, unfortunately, he just passed away last month at 102 after he got done swimming, because he swam every day to work out, even at 100.
Good for him.
Next is our chili cook-off and silent auction at Bogart's, along with the Rosemount Yellow Ribbon. On the left is Glenn and Elizabeth. Just a side note, Elizabeth is a junior or senior this year? Senior. And she has been volunteering and helping our Yellow Ribbon since middle school. So she's been with us since almost during the beginning. So on the right is some of the chili. We had like 30 of them that day to go through. I don't know how the judges can do it. And since this is being noted, I'd like to note that BJ and I came in first place with Spam Chili.
Nice. Good job.
All right. And this is our military appreciation dinner. Oh, you know what? I got some side notes for this one. It's at the Apple Valley American Legion Post 1776. On the bottom right is the Apple Valley Lions Club. They come out once or twice a year and likes to serve the veterans. The middle one in the upper right is the National Honor Society from Prior Lake. Thank you. And on the left is just some of the veterans that are there. We have done 94 complimentary dinners on an average of 80 to 100 veterans and their families every month. Next is Dakota County Fair. This is on Military Day, which is usually the Wednesday for Dakota County Fair.
You're done.
Next is the greatest parade in the whole state, the Apple Valley Freedom Days Parade. We have a truck, my truck in the trailer, and we have veterans on the back, and we're honoring the veterans. We've done female veterans, World War II veterans, Korean War veterans, and this year we're going to honor 4 Vietnam veterans. We do not hand out candy like most of them do. What we hand out is the American flag. Last year we handed out over 2,000 American flags in the parade route. So,
Wow.
the accomplishments that we've done since 2012. We have over 11,816 volunteer hours. Since 16, we have hosted 94 military appreciation dinners at the Post, 1776 Apple Valley, supported over 263 military families with a variety of needs during and after deployment. We've supported Minnesota National Guard during deployments, supported Minnesota Air Reserves before deployments and return from deployment. We partner with city officials on special occasions or cases within the community when veterans have a special need, support in solving difficult personal issues. And this is how you can get a hold of us to volunteer or help out or get involved. So
Wonderful.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for all the work you all do. Let's give them a round of applause for that work. And
thank you.
we know you don't do it alone, but it doesn't happen without the leadership and somebody to step in. So, but thank you guys for doing that. We'll leave the number up here for just a sec, or the email if people want to reach out. It sounds like you have plenty of volunteer opportunities and chances to get people plugged in.
Definitely. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you for your support.
Thanks for the update as well. That picture from 2000 and whatever was fun to see. I had more hair and fewer chins that day, and so fun to see those. That brings us to the end of our regular agenda. We'll move on to some staff and council items. And Tom, I know you've got a couple for us.
Mr. Mayor, I will start out and then we'll have one more after I am done. And if we can go to the Chamber of Commerce Home and Garden Expo slide.
And we'll get. Do you want to? Should we just have our chamber president Ed Carney pop up here too while we're doing this one, and we can talk about the city presence and we can talk about the Home and Garden Show in general.
Absolutely. We are pleased that our chamber president, Ed Carney, is here with us tonight. This is obviously a big weekend coming up with the Home and Garden Expo. We wanted to certainly invite the community out for that. And Ed has done his typical amazing job of getting the word out. Lots of great publicity about the event. I'll let him talk about the items that are going to be at the event, but I also want to just make certain that the public knows that many, many staff members from the city of Apple Valley will be present at the event, from building inspections, natural resources, community development, public works, and our utilities department, and police and fire. We are there to answer your questions as you think about your home improvement projects and what the process is to get those done. We will be there to hopefully help you along your way. So
thanks.
And
Ed, before you jump in, I think Mary left, but I would just note one of your sponsors is also Mary's company in Country Cabinets, and so
Yes,
not
and
only
she
is she
contacted me
volunteering
the other day, and I told her I'd be here.
Yeah. So not only volunteering her time and Duke to do that, but also supporting the Home and Garden Show. So.
Yeah, I just want to be here. Thank you. This is just wonderful. Bobby Jensen from Care 11 there every year tells us we have the best one in the Twin Cities. He goes, there's some bigger shows in the larger Twin Cities like Minneapolis and St. Paul. He goes, but there's something about Apple Valley. He goes, maybe it's your timing or how it's organized, whatever it is. He says, everybody's looking at the other shows. At ours, they're buying. And he goes, that seems to be the sweet spot. And that's not by accident. It's really a partnership with the city and the chamber. That's how I really look at it. And I want to thank the city for everything you've done over the years, from everything from the fire department to all the police and yourself. You're standing at the door every year, as many of you and Mayor. I've seen John. You just did 100 lasagnas with all of us for a core women group for all those in need. I mean, it's a real true collaboration and partnership. I look at if the businesses are the bricks, the chamber's the mortar, you guys are the foundation. So you're really what puts this all together. But anyways, just want to thank you and hope to see you there and any of the citizens listening out there. It's this Saturday, and it might rain in the afternoon, so there's a ton of things going on. This year we brought back, it's pretty expensive, but we brought all the superhero characters back. So they'll be running around for a few hours. The balloon twisting where they make all the animals and the fire trucks every year. That's all dependent on volunteers if they can make it and also if there's no fires.
Yeah.
And then the face painting, the students at Eastview do that. We pay for all their things and then they come in all day do that. So we get about 5,000 people through there. And we just want to thank you especially for the signage in front of City Hall. That makes all the difference every year. That's the difference in having 2,000 people and 4,500 to 5,000 people.
Now, this is an opportunity to find our local contractors who are plugged into our communities and go talk to people who are right here, our business owners, about how they get the stuff done. I found my kitchen remodeler in 2023 at your Home and Garden Show. So, I was one of those who showed up and bought. So,
well, thank you.
So it does work, and you meet some good people there. You get to actually, it's better than calling the 800 number and having somebody show up at your house.
Yeah, I mean, we never say a business you can trust because we're not vetting each one. We do check, however, the public would want to know this. We check with the Secretary of State's office and the Department of
Labor,
Commerce. We do that just to make sure if anybody has what they call actions against them, we don't allow them in the show. Just cut and dry as that. Yep. So we take some precautions just to be sure. Great. But it's a big local event, and thank you very much.
Great. Thanks, Ed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay. And do we want to call the fire chief up for this next one? Do you want to take this one?
Our fire chief?
Let's invite Matt up to take the next one.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and members of the council. Just wanted to talk, or we wanted to bring up for those that may be watching, our fire department is made up of paid-on-call firefighters. So those basically citizens that live within the city get training, learn how to do the job, and the ones helping protect us every day. So we're currently actively pursuing some more firefighters. We're short a few at each station, so we're looking to recruit new talent. You don't need any experience. You just got to be 18, have a driver's license, high school diploma or GED, and live within 4 minutes of one of our fire stations. If you meet those requirements and want to join, we're taking applications through the end of April. And then we will provide all the training that's needed if you make it through the process and are selected. So you can check our website for more information. And we do have a meeting next Tuesday and Saturday for the public to come in and ask questions, learn a little bit more about the fire department or what it means to be a paid-on-call firefighter.
Great.
Thanks.
Thanks, Matt. Check out the city's website for more information or to the times of those meetings. So thank you all. Tom, any other items? Council members, any items to cover this evening?
I could make a comment about the firemen.
You can turn your microphone on first if you'd like.
About the firemen. I witnessed, I was toured the facility on Galaxy one time, and I happened to be with the chief. We were walking by when the phone rang. He says, "Watch this." Looked at his watch, and it was a call in for service. 3.5 minutes later, 3.5 minutes, a truck pulled out with 10 guys on it. People, it was phenomenal, phenomenal. So do a wonderful job, and thank you for that.
Yeah. Thanks for that comment. All right, so with no other comments, we'll move on to our calendar of upcoming events, and our next city council meeting is Thursday, April 23rd at 7 p.m. I look for a motion to approve the calendar of upcoming events. Motion from Councilmember Grendel, second from Councilmember Bergman. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries, and that brings us to adjourn. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion from Councilmember Hebert, second from Councilmember Grendel. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.